Okay, hello, good afternoon po sa ating mga viewers dyan. Hello po, magandang hapon. Thank you po for watching, no, sa pagbigay po ng time dito. Welcome po. Ako po si Franz, kasama ko po dito si Shed.
Hello, good
Kami po ang
afternoon.
inyong host ngayong hapon sa episode 10 ng ating podcast. So, ang title po ng ating podcast ngayon is LGU's Go Digital. Ano yun, Shed? LGU's Go Digital and LGU's Go Digital, the LGU's guideline, no, to LGU system. I'm sorry. So, i-discuss po namin ni Shed yung kung paano po yung pag-onboard ng ELGU, ng mga LGU sa ELGU system, mga documentary requirements. Magbibigay po kami ng overview sa mga legal basis po nito, okay? We highly encourage po yung mga viewers natin dyan, yung mga LGUs natin dyan throughout the Region 9, as the region, sa Region 9 na manood po kayo, yung mga citizens po natin dyan, manood po kayo kasi we hope po no, na pagkatapos nito may matutunan kayo. Okay? Uh, Before po tayo mag-dive in or magpunta po sa ating main topic, panoorin po muna natin itong short video po no, about the ELGU system.
Alright, we're back po, no? And this time we can see na pumapasok na po yung ating mga viewers, no? So we would like to acknowledge and thanks po all our LGU partners, no? Yung mga inimbitahan natin mag-watch from the different LGUs and municipalities across the Region 9 and Basulta. Maraming salamat po.
So, maraming salamat po. In a while po, magpo-post po yung aming kasamahan dyan sa attendance. We highly encourage po, no, lahat po ng nanonood dyan. We would like to, request your short time na mag-fill up po kayo ng attendance, okay? We would also remind ng po kapag na-post na po siya dyan sa comment section natin.
Right, no? So, ready ka na ba, Sir Franz, no? Kasi for this episode specifically, we will dive deeper. Pag-uusapan natin everything about the ELGU systems para maliwanagan po yung ating mga citizens, no? Especially the citizens kasi later on sila yung makikinabang, no,
Yes.
sa system na ito. Ito, so our LGUs who will be implementing the systems.
We will also like to emphasize yung sa citizens natin, yung mga manggagawa natin, yung mga citizens natin, kababayan natin kasi there are two sides of this ELGU system, no, Shed, di ba? One is yung sa LGU, di ba? Lahat ng LGUs natin ginagawa nating digitalize yung kanilang mga transaction, di ba? So, kung si LGU naman, digitalize natin yung kanilang transaction, sila yung tagatanggap. Tumatanggap sila ng application. So, sino magpapasa? Siyempre, si citizens yun siya. Mga kababayan natin. So, mamaya i-highlight namin yung mga steps nila, no? Kung mga benefits, kung sino makikinabang, paano sila makinabang, paano nila magamit yung
Yep.
LGU system.
Okay. Now, before we start lang, no, with the system itself, okay? So, pakilala muna tayo, no? Why DICT is doing this, no? Who is the DICT, no? So, para po sa ating mga tagapakinig or watcher viewers po. So, DICT is an entity of the executive branch of the government that will plan, develop, implement, administer, and promote the National ICT Development Agenda. So, ito po yung pinaka-mandate namin. That's why we are providing po the support to this system.
And if matandaan nyo, di ba, if matandaan nyo sa social media, sa mga news dyan, talagang madalas yung pagbisita namin dyan, si DICT, madalas na-highlight yung mga mandate namin, yung mga projects namin, yung mga ano yung mga progress namin, talagang pinopromote namin siya kasi 'di ba we are in the age of digitalization.
Yep,
Diba?
exactly.
We are transitioning digital transformation. So, yun, ang inline dun sa mandate ni DICT, talagang inaangat natin yung digitalization dito sa ating, well, sa ating country, sa Philippines.
Right?
Okay, so in line with this, no, nabanggit kasi ni President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. sa kanyang State of the Nation Act noong 2023. So, if I may reiterate, digitalization is the call of today, not the call of the future, but of the present. It is here, it is needed, and it is needed today. Government must fully embrace digitalization to provide better service to the people through its vital frontline services and its back-end functions. So, we dito sa DICT talagang ginagawa namin lahat ng paraan para matulungan yung mga kapwa namin nasa gobyerno para maging digital yung transaction, mag-promote, gawin digital yung kanilang mga transaction na ino-offer sa citizen para naman maging accessible sa mga kababayan natin, di ba?
Right? And as to our legal basis, no? So, our related laws. So, we have Section 7 from the Ease of Doing Business or the EODB law. And also Section 11. And also, we have the Section 16 of the Local Government Code. No? So, ito po yung mga related laws natin or legal basis on implementing this system.
Yes.
Okay? Now, this time naman, pag-usapan natin, ano ba yung mga challenges encountered natin no, sa processing of documents or the transactions we usually have with the LGUs. No? We're talking about the manual. No? So, pag sinabi natin, ito yung manual or traditional. Yung face-to-face, pupunta ka doon para mag-apply. So, first, as you can see there, we have costly for citizens. No? So, naging costly siya, sir, for citizen. It's because gagastos ka eh. Sa fare mo pa lang, sa pamasahe mo pa lang, no? Pupunta ka doon para mag-apply, magbayad, mag-claim. So technically, paulit-ulit kang pupunta doon sa pabalik-balik. So yung gastos
Pabalik-balik,
mo sa
yes.
pamasahe.
Kasi 'di ba, doing a government transaction, some government transaction na gustong ng mga citizen natin dyan is hindi natatapos sa loob lang ng isang araw.
Yep,
Oo.
exactly.
Kaya may times talaga na pabalik-balik sila at umaabot ng more than one day yung kanilang transaction.
Mm.
Kaya siya naging costly sa ating citizens. At isa din dyan is yung pag-produce ng mga kanilang documentary requirements.
Exactly, 'di ba? Ang kapal
Yes.
usually ng hinihinging documentary
Ang kapal.
requirements.
Aside from the fact na maghahanap ka ng mga tinatago mong documentary requirements about yourself such as birth certificates, yung mga ganitong legal basis of nung sarili ko, 'di ba? So, kailangan talaga siyang like every transaction humihingi si LGU ng ganitong copy.
Yep.
So, hindi ka magpo-photocopy ng isa lang, multiple
copies
at the
pa.
same
Oo.
time.
So it will really cost us, 'di ba? Gagastos tayo diyan.
And isa din sa mga pwede natin i-note dyan is for those isolated or remote LGUs natin or municipalities na nasa kabukiran. Diba?
Yep. Oh, exactly.
Yung fare nga, 'di ba? Yung transportation nila since malayo sila doon sa sentro or sa ano na tawag nito nila, yung kung saan located yung kanilang municipality or city hall. Oo. So talagang magbabiyahe sila, mahal yung kanilang pasahe, ilang kabukiran yung kanilang dadaanin. Tapos ano din, yung distance, di ba?
Exactly.
Meron iba umabot ng more than 2 hours ang travel time galing doon sa kanilang, let's say, barangay papunta doon sa kanilang municipal hall or city hall. So it's not just talagang costly siya.
Okay. Tapos, to be followed, no? Yun na, yung nabanggit natin, excessive forms and documents, no? So, marami. Unlike, pag nag-digitize na tayo, meron tayong, what do you call this? Yung, the unified form, di ba? Which is,
Yeah,
isang form na lang i-fill up mo. Nandun na lahat na, okay? Generalize na siya.
generalize na siya.
Hindi na siya yung, ang dami-dami pong forms na i-fill up. It will really take time. Okay. Tapos next is we have there the multiple
Multiple
and
and
complex
complex
website.
websites.
Exactly.
Oo.
Oo.
So, dito naman sa multiple and complex websites, 'di ba? Kung ikaw let's say hindi ka techie or hindi ka
Mhm.
masyadong bihasa sa ganitong mga sistema kay Google, 'di ba? So, isi-search mo doon kung ano yung transaction mo na gusto mong i-transact and lalabas ang madaming result. So,
Yep.
with that in mind, lalabas since madami yung result, hindi ka sure saan doon yung trusted and secure line. Kasi 'di ba, if I may add din kasi, uso ngayon yung phishing sites, mga scam links, ganito ganyan. Madaming nabibiktima,
Yes,
'di ba?
yes.
So para maiwasan yun siya, etong ELGU system natin, nasa loob siya ng eGovPH app. So lahat ng features, lahat ng functions doon sa app natin, you can say na trusted and secure siya. Mawawala yung worry nyo. Hindi nyo na kailangan mag-alala dyan sa mga phishing and scam links na yan kasi isang path lang.
Yes, sir. So,
Oo.
what you were saying, no, the problem we are seeing right now talaga is that multiple yung source ng information.
Yes.
Diba? O, kung magsi-search ka, you are looking for a certain article or services, you will go to the net, magsi-search ka, multiple yung lalabas sa'yo. And you are not really sure saan yung legit doon, no? Kasi
Yes,
sa panahon
exactly.
ngayon, marami na yung mga fake news, diba?
Yeah, isa pa yan,
So,
fake
oo,
news.
you
Oo.
don't have the assurance na legit ba itong article na nababasa ko or itong link na napuntahan ko, no? So, that's one of the challenges that hinahanapan natin ng solution right
Yes.
now.
And in relation to that, kung halimbawa naman may nabuksan ka na hindi trusted yung link, syempre you will be providing your personal information. And that
Mm,
is very, very confidential personal information na syempre hindi tayo nga, di ba, hindi tayo basta-basta nagpapakilala sa mga tao hindi natin kilala.
exactly, sir.
But the internet is, well, alam mo yun, ang laki ng scope ng internet and you are kapag naka-click ka ng untrusted link, you are introducing yourself to strangers.
Yes,
So
yes.
masyadong delicate or masyadong risky yung ganitong ginagawa natin sa nakaraan. Kung wala kang trusted link, hindi mo alam kung safe ba yung inopen mo, you are exposing yourself to danger.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Moving forward, no, another problems or challenges we encountered is the elongated lines. Ito na yung
Yeah.
pipila ka na napakahaba, na napakatagal. I don't like it, to be honest. I don't like it. Explain it. Ano
Walang
ibig
sino
sabihin ng elongated lines?
walang sino gusto pumila ng matagal sa ilalim ng mainit na panahon at sa masamang panahon yung umuulan, di ba? So, based sa past experience natin or sa mga nakikita natin sa mga news, sa mga, dyan sa area natin, sa mga municipal or sa city natin, kapag yung isang government establishment or opisina, may mahabang pila sa labas, eto na yon. Ito yung gusto nating tanggalin. Paano natin magawa nito ng solusyon? Paano natin ito ma-erase? So, talagang, di ba, let's give an example.
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
Yung business, pag-renew ng mga business owners sa kanilang mga business permit, di ba, yearly siya.
Mm,
On the month of January kasi ito yung renewal period.
yep.
So, lahat ng yung establishment na kung saan sila mag-renew ng business permit, mayroong maliit lang yung place nila, mayroong malaki yung place, and even still yung mga malalaking establishment, hindi nila kaya i-cater lahat ng business owners doon sa loob. So
Yep.
yung pila umaabot talaga sa labas, like outside, doon meron iba doon sa sidewalk na, sa daanan na. So nakaka-permission na sila doon sa iba naman, and nare-risk nila yung self nila doon sa highway, di ba, sa daan, sa mga motorista. And at the same time, yung init ng panahon,
Yeah, yeah.
kapag
Go
sobrang
ahead.
init ng panahon, there's the risk of, well, heat stroke, madi-dehydrate ka sa sobrang init, kahit may payong ka pa, mainit pa rin talaga. Okay? Isa din doon is yung masamang panahon kapag umuulan. So, you are carrying your, 'di ba, in relation doon sa excessive forms and documents, kumakarga ka ng mga legal documents, mga important legal documents na puro original. Na paano kapag masama yung panahon, nasa labas ka na po yung pila, umuulan, nabasa ito. Yung papel naman, masyadong manipis, kapag nabasa, mapupunit.
Yeah.
So, you'll have to go back to back to zero ka, mag-gather ka ulit ng requirements. So, magiging doble yung gasto mo, doble trabaho siya. So, ito talaga, elongated lines.
Tama ka, sir, no?
Parang 50% ng problem, elongated lines.
Yes,
Ito yung
and
gusto nating
it
matanggal.
will really be helpful, no, if ma-eliminate niyan. Kasi walang kung sino mang, sa point of view ng citizen, kahit ako personally, walang sino mang may gusto na pipila ka ng napakatagal, napakahabang pila for your transactions. And eto pa, no, may naisip din ako dyan actually. Marami kasing factor din, no, na pwede nating i-consider bakit humahaba yung pila.
Yes.
Isa na dyan yung mga bulk application, no? During the EBOS, for example,
Okay.
sa January, bulk yung applications, ang daming tao nag-a-apply. So, talagang mapapahaba yung pila. Yun yung nagkakos nun, eh. So, why not, if we have later on the automized transactions, if for example ako yung citizen, let's say I can just apply or transact online, kahit maghintay lang ako sa loob ng sasakyan ko, walang problema. I can even wait habang nag-order ako ng ng milk tea
Yung
or
ano
something.
doon is at your own comfort time.
Oo. Hindi mo kailangan pumila doon sa ang hall ba yan siya or gymnasium.
Sa establishment.
Ano,
diba? So, or even better kapag nasa bahay ka lang.
Yep, exactly.
Nakahiga ka, nasa bahay ka, wala kang ginagawa, you just submitted your form online, iwan mo na lang doon. Siya na lang yung pipila para sa'yo. How convenient is that?
Exactly. That's something we are hoping, no?
Oo.
Okay. Makikita natin later. Pag-uusapan naman natin yan. Lastly, we have there the time consuming, no? Kasi napakahalaga po talaga sa atin yung mga oras natin, no? Well, hindi lang sa mga citizens, also sa mga LGUs natin, sa workers. Kasi pag namamanage natin ng maayos yung time natin, mas nagiging productive tayo, diba? So same din sa part naman ng ating citizens, ayaw natin ng may mga nasasayang na oras. Okay?
Yes.
So let's say let's put a scenario here naman, no?
Mas
Let's
mabuti
say,
yung magbigay kami ng example ng scenario para makapag-relate yung ating mga viewers dyan. Sige, Sir Shed, go.
Sige, kunwari, I am working from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Friday,
Okay.
no? And then meron akong kailangan na transaction or i-transact sa City Hall. And they are also working 8 to 5, Monday to Friday. Oo. So, alam mo yun, parang nahihirapan ka saan mo isisingit yung yung transaction mo. Kasi unless I will leave the office. Magpapaalam muna ako sa opisina ko saglit na pupunta muna ako sa City Hall to process like this and like that. But the question is, gaano ako katagal doon, di ba? Enough ba yung 1 hour lunch break ko just for that, di ba?
Kahit pa meron tayong noon break policy, 1 hour is just not enough.
Yes, exactly.
Parang, example, kung yung establishment mo, kung ikaw, Sir Shed, kung saan ka nagtatrabaho, malayo siya sa City Hall. Considering traffic time, di ba, ang haba-haba. So, yung
Yes.
isang oras mo, natubos na doon sa traffic.
Kaya
Hindi ka
nga.
pa nakarating doon sa gusto mong pupuntahan.
Ang
Hindi ka pa
mangyayari nun,
nakapagsimula. Hindi ka pa nakapag-inquire na, magpa-process po ako. Hindi pa. Naubos na yung oras mo doon sa traffic.
so ang end, pagbalik ko sa office, galit ng boss ko. Saan ka
Galit
galing?
na. Hindi ka pa nakakain ng lunch. Di ba? Pinagalitan ka na, gutom ka pa, hindi ka pa nakakain.
Alright, so
Mainit pa yung panahon.
yes, it is really a challenge, no, na ma-manage natin yung time natin on processing these applications or transactions. Right? So kaya ang nakikita namin na solution to all these challenges encountered is the ELGU system.
Yes.
Okay? So ang ELGU system, ito po ay one-stop shop system designed to streamline the services. When we say streamline, ang ibig po nating sabihin dyan, mapadali lahat ng transaction. Smooth yung flow natin. Wala na siyang masyadong segues. Summarize na yung mga documents na hinihingi, yung mga forms na finifill up, all in one place.
All in one place.
So,
All
ganun na
in
siya.
just a few clicks away.
Oo. Tapos, not just hindi lang basta streamline na siya. We also want to ensure it is convenience and efficient. No?
Yes, exactly.
Convenient siya sa part ng ating citizens, hindi sila mahihirapan. Convenient din sa part ng LGU, hindi sila mahihirapan mag-process. Later on, pag-uusapan
Yes,
natin
we
yung
will
process
elaborate
flow.
more further.
Yeah, and as we are saying here, cloud-based daw ang system. Can we elaborate more about this one?
So, cloud-based, ibig sabihin nito sa cloud-based, so no, we can say na itong system natin is up 24/7. Hindi siya sumasama dun sa working hours natin na 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
So, ibig sabihin niya, kahit gabi, pwede ako
Kahit
mag-apply
gabi,
ng
pwede
permit.
ka mag-apply. So, cloud-based, 24/7, naka-up yung system,
Oh.
up and running yung system natin. So, let's say, yung sa example mo kanina, Sir Shed, beyond 5 p.m. na, so syempre, close na yung opisina. So, with this ELGU system, kahit pag-uwi mo sa bahay, gabi na, kumain ka na ng hapunan, mga anong oras na, let's say 8 p.m.,
Yep.
pwede ka mag-submit ng application. Magsasubmit ka ng application, naka-queue ka na doon, siya na yung pipila para sa'yo. You'll just wait for an update na lang later kung saan na yung status ng application mo.
Oh.
Diba? And to add on,
So, ibig
in-house...
sabihin nun, hindi
Okay.
ko na kailangan maghintay the next business days. Pwede ko nang i-queue right away yung
Yes.
application.
Oo.
Tapos maghintay na lang ako kailan yun ma-process. Of course, we do not expect naman the employees na i-process yun ng gabi, diba?
Yes, oo.
Syempre, gagawin nila yun
maintindihan natin yun
the next
na
business
the next
day.
business day.
Yeah.
But the thought is that hindi mo na kailangan, 'di ba? Hindi mo kailangan maghabol ng oras. Isa 'yun. Hindi mo kailangan gumising ng 7 a.m. para pagdating mo doon sa establishment, ikaw yung unang nakapila. Hindi mo na kailangan maghabol ng time. I-queue mo na lang siya.
And the way I see it, mabilis lang naman siguro yung processing nan eh. Alam mo, kunwari, let's say, nag-drive-thru ka or bumili ka ng milk tea.
Mhm.
Siguro pagka-order mo pa lang, habang nag-wait ka, isi-serve sa yung in-order mo, pwede ka na mag-apply. Like for example, for Cedula, mag-a-apply ako. Fill up ko lang yung form, upload ko yung documentary requirements, and who knows, before maubos yung milk tea ko, tapos na pala na-process yung ni-request ko. So kahit puntahan ko na lang to pick it up, diba? Ganun siya
Ito
kabilis.
yung goal ni LG system, yung ganong scenario, 'di ba? Sino
Wow.
yung mayayaw ng ganon? Syempre lahat tayo. Lahat ng mamamayan, 'di ba, sa Pilipinas gusto ng ganon. Actually, hindi lang sa buong mundo. Sinong ayaw ng ganon kadaling proseso? Especially, 'di ba? Based from our experience, yung mga challenges na encounter natin, ma-eliminate na natin 'yun.
So this is really the process of the digitalization. no?
Yes, ito yung tinatawag with this, no, ito yung sinasabi natin digitalization. Kung with the challenges encountered na in-explain namin kanina, ma-eliminate siya kasi sa side ni LGU, lahat ng kanilang transaction or services offered sa citizens, gagawin natin digital. Gagawa natin ng sistema, i-digitalize natin, i-convert. Kumbaga, same pa rin naman eh. Yung manual process na ginagawa nila, i-convert lang natin into a system. Diba?
Mhm. Yeah.
And gagawin natin siyang online para ma-access ng mga citizens. Well, as long as may phone ka, may system unit ka, may laptop ka with the internet connection, pwede mo siyang ma-access anywhere. 'Di ba? Kahit saan ka, kahit anong oras, pwede.
And since this one is a in-house developed system by the DICT, talagang we are ensured no that the data are secured. No? Alam natin that the DICT is the one handling the bulk of this system, no? Sila yung ating
Yes.
administrator. Although yung mga LGUs lang natin yung gumagamit. Pero talagang andun yung reliability, no? Ensured tayo na lahat ng transactions natin are safe since this is a government platform.
Yes. 'Di ba? If I may add din no dito sa pag-mention ng security, isa din dito is ang pinopromote ng DICT is yung cyber security. So, the users, including the citizens, can rest assured in line with the cybersecurity act ng mandated also by the DICT, talagang as much as possible, we secure the system. And, 'di ba, kung example, kung secured siya ngayon, the longer it takes, 'di ba, as time passes, mas nagiging secure siya. So, the users can rest assured na talagang secure yung kanilang data, yung mga transaction nila, walang breach na mangyayari.
Okay? Okay, so ito naman yung next natin pag-usapan, no? Since medyo nabigyan na namin kayo ng konting overview, no, about the ELGU system. So, ano talaga yung magiging benefits nito?
So, number one is yung streamlined processes as mentioned mo kanina, Sir Shed. So, redundant and convoluted processes are made simple and direct with the ELGU system. Halimbawa, no, sa manual process mo, there are 10 steps to complete a transaction.
Yeah.
Hindi yung tayo sa DSCT, etong ELGU system, hindi lang natin siya gagawin na yung 10 steps gawin digitalize. Kapag we also find solution kung paano siya ma-shorten.
Yep.
Diba?
Kasi
Like
10 steps are too much.
10 steps are
Too
too
much.
much.
Hindi ko siya ma-imagine. Too much.
Diba? Like, kung sa manual pa yan, 3 windows, 3 opisina yung pupuntahan mo. It's just too much. Diba?
I
So,
cannot go.
we also, sa system, si LGU, talagang ni-shorten niya, humanap siya ng paraan para, diba, gagawing simple and direct. So, let's say, sa 10 steps na yun siya, gagawin na natin 5. So, 50% yung nabawas doon sa duration ng transaction.
50% of the time saved.
At yes, exactly. 50% ng citizen ang na-save, 50% ng kanyang time ang na-save niya. So, kung for example, 'di ba, with that no, naglaan ako ng 4 hours sa ganitong transaction kasi based from experience, ito talaga yung timeline niya. Pero with the ELGU system, natapos mo siya in 2 hours. So, naka-save ka ng 2 hours, makakagawa ka pa ng iba, mas magiging productive ka pa the rest of the day.
Yep. Yep.
So, no need to line up sa City Hall or sa municipal hall for business permit, occupational permit, licenses, or kung anong government transaction man yan siya. Just apply online lang. Diba?
Alright, okay. So nakikita din natin dito, no, yung accessibility niya, no. So accessible siya sa ating mga citizens through a website portal and eGovPH app.
Yes.
So ibig sabihin talagang digital na ito, digital yung application. You no longer need to go to the city hall or kung saang venue pa man yan para lang mag-apply. You can just apply at the comfort of your home at any time you want, 'di ba? So ganun na siya ka-feasible para sa atin lahat.
And yun, ang accessible sa as I've mentioned or as mentioned ni Shed, as long as mayroon kang device, may it be laptop, cellphone, PC unit, as then may internet connection ka, pwede mo siya ma-access anywhere. Even if you have your mobile data.
Now what about I am someone who don't have any devices. Gusto ko lang pumunta doon para mag-claim ng mag-request for cedula kasi requirement sa akin. Kunwari naghahanap ako ng trabaho, isa sa mga requirements yung cedula and I don't have these devices. Paano ako makakapag-apply niyan?
So, isa sa mga paraan na meron yung flexibility ng system natin dyan is kung may kakilala ka na merong eGov app or eGovPH app, 'di ba? Or sa may account sila sa pwede kang mag-tap or humingi ng favor na pwede mo ba akong i-apply sa ganitong transaction. Okay? Isa din doon is kapag hingi ka ng favor para mag-apply, kung kakilala mo naman or relative, the system will identify na ikaw ay parang nag-attach or nag-assign authorized representative.
Okay.
Through me, ikaw Shed, through me, nakikipag-transact ka in the reason of wala kang device or hindi accessible sa yung ganitong ganyan, pwede siya.
Well, that
Pwede
is
siya
good.
sa ELGU system natin.
Okay. How about let's say wala akong kakilala who can apply for me? Can I go instead sa municipal hall? Magpa-assist na lang ako sa kanila kung papaano?
Pwede din yan siya. That's also another one. Nauna ko lang sinabi yung sa kakilala kasi 'di ba we have our circle of friends or mga kapitbahay natin diyan. And another thing din is yes, pwede ka pumunta doon Sir Shed, doon sa municipal hall para magpa-assist. Kasi kahit hindi naman ibig sabihin na online na 1:1 ito siya. So flexible pa rin naman. Kung sakali wala kayong device, hindi kayo techie, pwede pa rin talaga kayo pumunta, mag-walk-in doon sa mga LGUs or kung saan man saan kayo magta-transact, pwede pa rin kayo magpa-assist.
Okay. So there is no excuse.
There is no excuse.
The
Wala na
system
excuse.
is available for everyone.
Yes.
Okay, that's what we're trying to say here. Okay.
Exactly.
So next when we say customizable, ano bang ibig sabihin natin dito, no? So the system is flexible. Can we look at the slides? Ayan, no? So the LGU has the flexibility to choose and customize their services. So ibig sabihin po nito, mamaya ipapakita namin, no, hindi lang isang system yung nandyan sa loob ng ELGU. It's
Yes.
not just yung alam natin na BPLS, nandyan pa yung other systems like LCR,
LCR,
we
Civil
have the
Registry.
e-news, oo,
Yes.
yung for cedula, no.
Mm.
So, customizable yan siya eh. It depends now to the LGUs if we implement this system. It's up to the LGUs ano yung mga i-offer nila na services sa ating mga clients or sa mga citizens.
Okay? So next is yung it promotes transparency and good governance. So 'di ba wala nang fixers, wala nang reduce corruption, mare-reduce na yung corruption kasi fully transparent na siya. 'Di ba? Ako, let's say mag-a-apply or magta-transact ako ng transaction sa establishment A. Wala nang hindi na ako dadaan kasi 'di ba in reality naman kasi may mga ano talaga fixers, may mga 'di ba nangyayaring ganyan. So dumadaan sila sa fixer para mapadali yung kanilang mga transaction. Pero with the ALG system, hindi mo na kailangan dumaan ng fixer. 'Di ba? The fixers also I think they charge extra, 'di ba? So in line with that, mas mapapadali yung ano transaction mo.
Yeah.
So hindi with the ALG system, say goodbye to fixers. Hindi ka na magbabayad ng extra sa kanila, it's just a few clicks away na lang. Hindi ka na mag-effort masyado.
Exactly,
Oo.
exactly. Okay? And lastly, we have this paperless transaction. So ito talaga yung gusto ko eh. Kasi nakikita mo naman ako, 'di ba? Most of the time phone lang ang hawak ko. I'm not the type of person na ang daming bit-bit na papeles.
Yes.
So as much as possible, we want to go paperless, 'di ba?
Yes.
So lahat ng application, yung form, yung documentary requirements, it's all in my device. Yung pag-process ng application, it's all in my device. All I have to do is pagtapos na to lahat, pupunta na lang ako sa LGU para i-claim yung certificate o yung permit na ni-request ko.
Yes,
Yun yung
exactly.
kagandahan niyan.
And with the paperless transaction, 'di ba? Hindi maiwasan na nag-prepare ka ng legal documents mo as someone who wants to have a transaction sa mga government offices. So kung may nawala, hindi mo man namalayan sa biyahe mo papuntang sa establishment, nahulog
Oo,
yung
no?
papel.
Naiwan mo sa
Nahulog.
bus.
Naiwan mo sa bus or yung kahit yung envelope mo, 'di ba? Naiwan mo.
Yeah.
So pag naiwan mo 'yun, malayo yung nilakaran or napuntahan mo na, 4 hours ang travel time mo papunta doon, naiwan mo doon sa bus, di mo na nahabol yung bus kasi mabilis yung takbo ng
Sino ba
bus.
naman maghahabol
Oo,
ng
sino
bus?
ba naman kayang humabol ng bus? So, mas nahaba yung transaction, yung time mo, tapos mauubusan ka pa ng pasensya kasi sino ba naman hindi mainis sa ganung pangyayari, di ba?
Yeah, yeah.
Masisira na yung araw mo. So, paperless transaction, wala nang papel na hawakan. Sabi nga ni Sir Shed, di ba? Lahat nasa device niya na. So, it's just a matter of sorting it out, submitting the applications. Later on, pagtapos na, claim mo na lang.
Yun. So, those exactly are the benefits of the ELGU systems. Okay? Now, pag-usapan natin, no, since nabanggit na natin kanina, na heads up natin sila that there are multiple systems inside this ELGU. Okay? So, what are those, no? We have the BPLS or the Business Permit and Licensing System. Meron din tayong working permit, the building permit, the barangay business clearance integration. We have a system for the local civil registry, the community tax certificate or the tinatawag nating e-cedula, and the e-news, the news and articles feature ng system. Okay, later on we will expand on those, no? Okay. Ayan, so isa-isahin na natin sila. Let's start with e-news, Sir Franz. Now,
Okay.
let's give them a brief discussion. What is e-news all about?
Okay. So, itong e-news no, features a user-friendly content management system. Diba? Let's just say, pwede ko siya i-compare sa isang mini social media wherein ang sino-showcase dito is yung mga news, 'di ba? Meron naman lahat nakikita naman natin sa social media, 'di ba? May mga news page, may mga news outlet tayo online. So itong si e-news, para siyang for exclusive for the LGU itself. So lahat ng kanilang mga ganap, announcements, kung may events sila, dito
Okay.
nila ipopost sa e-news. Para siyang mini social media intended for the LGU. Kung yung mga government ano nila, may it be an announcement, may events sila, may mga announcements sila like yung may ang tawag nito so example yung sa EBOS mag-a-announce sila na yung mga business owners, mag-ready na kayo dyan, may ibos na tayo sa January. Ito yung location, yung time, di ba? So, kung ako, bago akong business owner sa isang lugar, doon sa lugar ko, hindi ko alam kung saan yung business permit. So, kung may access ako sa Ineos, makikita ko yung kanilang mga announcement. So,
Okay,
updated
no?
yung,
Mhm. So since you said no that this is for managing, modifying information for dissemination to public, and the way you explain it, parang ang nakikita ko this can serve as the standalone website na, no? Pwede rin siyang mag-serve as parang website na ng mismong
yes, pwede,
LGU.
ganun talaga siya. Pwede siyang ganun. Yun talaga yun. Ineos standalone website siya. So, parang ganun. Sabi ko.
Okay, okay. So,
Ah,
ayun, wow, napakaganda nun, no? And since this is an ELGU system, this can be accessible now sa portal ng ELGU and at the same time sa loob ng eGov app.
mm,
So, parang ang nakikita ko dito, bro, ang kagandahan nito, let's say for example, I am from Zamboanga.
yes.
Okay? I am
Okay.
from Zamboanga City. Let's say pupunta ako ng BARM. Let's say somewhere at Isabela City,
Okay.
no, sa Basilan. Okay? I know nothing about the place. Wala akong ka-idea. Meron lang akong pupuntahan doon, maybe some errands or some occasion. I can just check in my app. Pupunta ako sa e-news ng City of Isabela. Then I
Yes.
can now check ano yung latest news that's happening there.
Mm.
Ano yung latest articles, anong mga events meron sila, something like that, no?
Yes. So kung halimbawa, 'di ba, you are, kung example Sir Shed, no, kung pumunta ka doon as a tourist and then
Mm.
you are looking for big events,
Yeah.
mga community events. So pwede mo siya i-access sa e-news, sabi mo nga, you can just look it sa e-news para tignan kung anong trend nila ngayon.
At saka
And
since nasa e-news siya, um, panatag ako ngayon, alam ko these articles were posted by the LGU mismo. Alam
walang
kong hindi itong fake.
walang fake
Okay.
news.
Okay,
'Di ba?
nice, nice.
Kasi, well, sa experience natin, may mga fake news na example. May community celebration sa Barangay San Juan, ganito, ganyan. Pagpunta mo doon, wala pala kasi nga, diba, fake news yung nabasa mo.
Yeah.
So, with the e-news itself, lahat ng andoon, lahat ng posted doon, you can trust it. Safe siya and secure.
Okay, nice. So e-news is really something, no? Even the LGUs can even post their accomplishments or whatever they
Pwede
have,
nilang,
yung
pwede,
milestones
pwede
ng
nila
LGU,
yung
pwede nilang
i-showcase.
showcase
Oo.
doon.
Para malaman naman ng, well, kung sinong gumagamit doon, especially yung mga citizens nila, kung ano yung progress. Ma-monitor nila yung progress ng kanilang mga LGU. Ano yung mga nagawa, ano yung mga current na ginagawa, 'di ba? Pwede nila, the LGU, meron silang nasa kanila kung ano yung pwede nila i-post. Oo.
Exactly. And I think we have discussed everything about e-news and na-clarify naman natin, no? What this system is really for, no? Itong
Okay.
feature na to.
Okay,
Yes.
gusto ko lang din, no, before tayo mag-proceed sa next available service natin, gusto ko lang din i-remind yung mga viewers natin dyan, na-post na po ng kasama namin yung attendance. So we highly encourage po lahat ng viewers, no, mag-attendance po kayo. Naka-post na po dyan sa link. So we would like to ask a short time lang po para ma-fill up niyo yung time. I mean yung attendance. Okay. Sige, Sir Shed.
Okay, sige, let's proceed. So, what's next? What do we have next, na?
So next is e-cedula. So ano ba itong cedula? First and foremost, cedula, 'di ba? Kung mag-a-apply ka ng trabaho, kailangan mo si cedula.
Ang pagkaintindi ko dyan sa cedula na yan, no? So, by law, everyone should pay their community taxes. Yan kasi yung purpose niyan. Every year, that's
Every year.
annual. I'm not sure lang if sa January or February ba yan yung due na dapat binabayaran.
Okay.
But technically, ginagamit din siya as a requirement on
Requirement.
certain papers, no, on certain processes. Ayan. So, ayan. So, how do we convert now the traditional processing of cedula into digital by means of the ELGU system?
So dito sa e-cedula system natin, 'di ba? Yung community tax certificate, if alam ng lahat ng mga viewers diyan, 'di ba, parang maliit na siya na papel.
Mm.
Yun yung binibigay.
Yan ba yung punitin ng cedula? Yan ba yun? Okay.
Yan
Go ahead.
nanggaling yung famous line na
Okay,
yan.
okay. Yun pala
Oo.
yun. Okay.
So, yung papel na yun, yung pupunitin natin.
Punitin mo, ha?
Okay, joke lang.
Joke
Yung
lang.
papel na yun siya, 'di ba? Yun siya, yung maliit na papel. So, your question is paano natin siya i-convert to digital?
Yeah, the traditional processing.
So, yung ginawa ng ating mga devs dito sa e-cedula, yung exact paper, yung format, yung template nun, yung itsura, yung mismong itsura, ni-replicate nila into kinode nila siya, in-arrange, yung arrangement, yung color, yung spacing, yung boxes, kinode nila, ginawa nila ng template doon sa system at in-integrate siya para yung sedula, well, kaya nga, di ba, magiging paperless na. So, we are transitioning. Yung papel, in the near future, hindi na tayo mag-relay doon na tayo sa system. So, mag-generate, kaya ng e-sedula mag-generate nung form na yun, yung CTC, yung maliit na papel na yun.
Okay, okay. So the way I see it na parang ang mangyayari, ako as a citizen, mag-a-apply ako for cedula or magbabayad ako ng aking community tax. So pwede akong mag-apply na lang online, 'di ba?
Yes.
Mag-a-apply na lang ako online. Technically online din ako dapat magbabayad.
Hmm.
Tapos ngayon ang system will be able to generate my cedula, to print my cedula. All my datas are there in the system, ipiprint na lang.
Yes.
Tapos yun na lang yung pupuntahan ko sa municipal hall para i-claim or
Mm.
para pick upin. Wow, magaling.
Kung yung e-sedula natin, di ba, is, ang sa pagkaalam ko, based sa experience ko, sinusulat manually.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Di ba?
yeah.
Tapos pipirma. So, by way of converting it into digital, same pa rin, only sa yung, alam mo, yung parang in-encode siya.
Yeah, yeah.
Oo.
Pero mas mabilis na lang yung transaction
Mas
niya.
mabilis na. Hindi na mapapagod yung kamay ni LG yung magsusulat ng
Oh.
maraming sedula. Depende sa mga nagre-request, di ba? So, ipiprint na lang siya upon the completion of transaction ni citizen, then i-claim na lang nila. Hintayin na lang nila pag ma-notify sila na ready na for claiming yung sedula nila.
Ayun, nice, nice. So, good to know now we have this e-cedula
Yes,
sa ating ELG
to add
system.
din,
Yeah, yeah, go
Shed,
ahead.
yung sedula nga natin, di ba, is for individuals and corporation. So, at least pa rin yun siya. Individuals and corporation can still, at least na lang, they can still, request for sedula online. Di ba?
Even, so sinasabi mo, even yung mga cooperatives natin, yung
Yes,
mga
pwede pa rin
co-ops,
sila.
pwede
I
pa rin
mean, well,
online.
pwede talaga kasi para sa kanila naman to.
Okay,
Oo.
okay. Nice, alright. So, for our ano pala, no, for our listeners, no, as we discuss, feel free to raise if you have any questions or clarifications, no, dito sa mga topics na dinidiscuss natin.
You may chat or comment yung mga question nyo or query or may gusto kayong i-clarify kasi at the end of this presentation, magbabasa po kami ng comments.
Alright. So, next after the e-cedula, what do we have?
So, next is yung local civil registry. Records management system. Alam naman natin na yung transaction na in-offer ni civil registry, di ba? So, lahat ng mga certificates, birth certificate, death certificate, and marriage certificate dito sa kanila. So, dito tayo magta-transact sa kanila. So, ginawa natin siya ng records management system, no? That processes requests from citizens for the copy, okay? I would like to highlight yung copy lang ng kanilang birth certificate, marriage certificate, and death certificate. Just to add on, to clarify, si LCR, hindi siya magpa-process ng mga new applications na yung apply for birth certificate.
So, this is for the request for existing copies
Existing
of our
copies siya,
certificates.
yes.
Okay, okay.
So, yun, magbibigay lang ng copy kasi syempre, di ba, the application, we understand naman how confidential the documents are stored sa civil registry. So, yun ang gagawin lang ni system or ni LGU is magbigay lang ng copy and well, the LGU, they can opt for giving it manual pa rin.
Okay, okay.
Oo. Like example, ayaw nilang i-disclose yung mga stored data nila, documents doon. So, pwede lang nilang gawin is yung transaction doon dadaan sa ELGU system para they can still give the copy manually.
Okay,
Oo.
okay. So parang ang nakikita ko dito, no, let's say, let's have a common scenario. Kasi ang
Okay.
nangyayari dyan kasi, for example, ako, I lost my birth certificate ba? Or let's say, pumunta ako sa PSA, pero merong, what do you call that? Discrepancy ba yung tawag niyan? Or mismatch ng information from my copy ko ng birth certificate.
Yes.
So, ang mangyayari niyan, papupuntahin ako sa local registry
Mm-mm.
para mag-request ng local copy ng aking birth certificate, no? Parang ganun.
Yes.
So, ngayon, instead of me going there, pwede na lang ako mag-request for a copy online.
Mm-mm.
No? So, magpa-process lang ako ng application form, tapos magbabayad na lang ako online, then I'll just pick it up once ready.
Yes.
So, ganun na lang siya ka-easy ngayon, 'di ba?
Ganun na lang.
Ayun. Nice. Magaling.
Even the payment, well, this transaction, etong pag-request natin ng transaction sa civil registry, may payment yan sila, online na lang din. So, hindi mo na kailangan from the PSA, kung andun ka, nagmamadali ka, hindi mo na kailangan magbiyahe or pumunta sa mismong opisina ng civil registry, hintayin mo na lang ma-process.
Yes, yes. And the good thing about it, streamlined pa rin talaga yung process. So, everything's digitalized pa rin, no? From the mula sa pag-fill up ng form, papunta sa pag-submit ng application, sa pagbayad, everything is streamlined,
Yes.
no? Parang technically, pupunta ka na lang doon kapag ready na yung permit na ni-request mo. Pipick upin mo na lang siya. Magaling, magaling. How about, pwede ba dito ang second person? How about I'm out of town and I can just ask someone para mag-request for me? Will that be okay?
Hindi nawawala yung mga ganitong scenario, 'di ba? Kasi not all the time the owner or ako or ikaw is nasa area. So what if nasa ibang lugar and you really or badly need a copy ASAP. So syempre, hindi ka pwede makauwi agad kasi nasa malayong lugar ka. So you can ask or pwede mong i-indicate sa system na you will assign a representative to claim your document.
Okay, okay.
Merong part doon sa e-cedula pag fill up natin ng application sa e-cedula, magi-indicate ka ng iyong authorized representative. I-upload mo yung kanyang credentials to know kung ano yung relation mo sa kanya, existing person ba yung authorized representative mo.
Magaling.
Oo.
Oo.
So very flexible si system, no? Hindi siya limited to the owner itself. Pwede siya sa mga authorized representative. You just have to indicate the name, sabihin mo lang kung sino yung ipapakuha mo or siya magpa-process, and i-upload yung kanyang mga documentary requirements.
Okay, so
Credentials
talagang isa sa mga kagandahan nito, no? The system can adapt to the existing policies ng LGUs, no?
Yes.
So that's what we're trying to say, no? Flexible siya ang ating system. Okay, that's nice. So talagang this is for itong LCR, again, is for the request ng existing copies ng ating certifications on birth, marriage, and death certificates. Okay.
As for yun nga, clarify lang namin na hindi si ALGU ang magre-request ng mga new applications, doon pa rin talaga siya sa like separate transaction pa rin siya, di ba? Dadaan pa rin talaga siya sa PSA. Pero well, in the future, hindi naman kami pero let's hope in the future na magiging available din yung ganong transaction.
Alright. So, ayan. So, next we have ayan na. Ito na tayo. Yung pinaka-main feature or the main system inside the CLGU systems, which is
Business Permit Licensing System.
Alright. So, sige.
Or EBPLS.
Go ahead, Sir Franz. Give us an overview of what is the BPLS.
Sa mga hindi po nakakalam dyan, sa mga viewers natin, itong si BPLS or Business Permit and Licensing System, para ito siya doon sa mga business owners natin, di ba? Yung mga tao na may negosyo or mga negosyante, yung mga establishment nila, kailangan nilang i-register yung business nila, di ba? Para magkaroon ng record si government or si LGU, di ba? So it's a process of request of the following business permit related transaction. So ang mga available transaction naman sa pag-request ng business permit and licensing system is pwede sila mag-apply ng new application for permit, renewal, di ba? Mag-change sila ng request, retirement of business and quarterly payment. It's the same thing as kung ano yung mga transaction na available ngayon, yun din yung available sa system. Lahat ng transaction, yun nga, sabi ko, new application, renewal of permit, especially yung renewal of permit kasi nasa second semester na tayo ng 2025, pagdating naman ng January 2026, renewal period na naman yan para sa kanila. So, yun siya, ang business permit licensing system.
Okay. So, etong BPLS system, ito yung platform na ginagamit natin for the eBoss, no? For those who
Yes.
don't know, yung eBoss po, ito yung ginagawa natin every first month of the year.
First month of the year.
Tama. Oo, no? During the renewal period ng mga permits, meron tayong electronic business one-stop shop, no? So, itong BPLS system ang ginagamit natin. Now, some of our citizens, or some even of the LGUs have the existing BPLS from the DICT, no?
Yes.
So, ano yung magiging difference nun between that and this one?
Okay, well, as you have said, Sir Shed, meron tayong existing BPLS system na which is ginagamit ng mga LGUs natin throughout Region 9 and BARM 1. So, yung ano lang natin dito is nag-transition tayo into version 2, itong
So, ito yung mas
BPLS.
enhanced na version.
Enhanced version siya.
Alright.
Kung saan mas na simplify natin yung transaction, especially sa fees. Okay? Sa
Okay, so
pagbayad.
mas automated na
Mas
siya
automated
ngayon.
na siya, mas
Alright.
madali na lang
Tapos,
yung
this can cater online payments as well.
this can definitely cater online
Alright.
payments.
What platform is that? Ano yan? Pwede ba akong magbayad through GCash, Paymaya? Paano ba yan
Okay.
siya?
So, part ng ating ELGU system is yung eGovPay. So,
Okay.
ito yung merchant or, well, platform ni ELGU kung saan pwede mag-make payments ang lahat ng citizens access natin. So, lahat ng mga, di ba, example, si BPLS may kailangan magbayad. Si local civil registry kailangan magbayad. And even si Cedula kailangan. Halos lahat ng government services na kailangan magbayad. So, doon sila dadaan. Yung portal nila or yung pathway nila is si eGovPay.
Okay.
Oo.
So, through eGovPay, pwede na tayong mag-online bank transfer, mag-pay through
Yes,
GCash.
flexible na siya. Available na yung mga online merchant natin, yung mga
Mhm.
third party like GCash, Paymaya, and even bank transfers.
Most of the citizens naman sa ngayon tingin ko, at least, well, let's admit, not everyone has bank accounts, but
Yes.
almost everyone has GCash accounts, diba?
GCash and even Paymaya, yes.
Yan.
Halos lahat na. So, kaya naging flexible yung ating eGovPay kasi to cater yung mga ganong users natin. Siyempre, we are expecting, well, not naman lahat, pero most of us, sabi mo nga Sir Shed, meron ng GCash account or any online, well, third-party merchant, di ba? So, in-integrate natin yun siya sa eGovPay para maging convenient para sa kanila to make the payment online.
Okay. And alam mo, the best part, i-clarify ko lang
Yes,
sa'yo,
please.
no? Kasi ito yung naririnig ko right now, no? Isa daw sa magandang feature nitong BPLS system inside the ELGU is that this has the notification system.
Yes.
Parang makaka-receive na lang daw ako ng SMS notification with regards to the status of my application. Paano ba yun, sir?
Okay, for example, no, let's say, gagawin ko example itong business permit license
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
system. New application. So, upon submitting your application or yung unified form, the system will text or will notify you through text sa phone number, registered phone number mo na your application has been submitted. So, you may wait na lang for the next transaction. So, upon completing the transaction naman sa side ni LGU, di ba, there are series of processes. So, upon submission, mag-proceed ka na sa next transaction. So, let's say, na-submit na-process na ni LGU yung transaction mo and ready na siya for payment, magte-text yun siya. Yung system magte-text sa'yo na your application 12345 with code 12345 is ready for payment. You may proceed to pay sa eGovPay using your third-party merchants such as GCash na ganyan. So, ganun. Every step or every transaction na kinomplete sa side ni LGU, the system will notify the user
So
or the
talagang
owner.
hindi ko na kailangan mag-follow up, no? Kung ano ng status ng application ko, kung
Yes.
saan na siya. It is the system itself ang magno-notify sa
Siya
akin.
mismo magre-reach out
Magte-text sa
sa iyo.
akin.
Sino bang hindi gusto na ikaw ang habulin?
Sana all.
Di ba?
Well,
So,
and then, the best part of this din, no, nakikita ko, talagang ang laking advantage na naibibigay niya rin sa LGU.
yes.
No? Imagine if you're the one processing sa LGU level naman ito, no, sa perspective ng LGU.
Yes.
Hindi na nila kailangan i-sendan ng email yung kanilang mga citizens.
Hindi na nila kailangan, like after completing this certain transaction, hindi na nila kailangan tawagin
So
manually.
automated na.
Oo. Kasi
Yung
diba
system na mismo.
yung iba sa ngayon sa ibang ano dyan, yung traditional natin, like after completing this transaction, you have to call the owner, na
Oo.
notifying them, sir, you may, okay na yung transaction nyo, pwede nyo na po mag-make payment, and then certain updates, talagang
Oo.
tinatawagan. So, di ba, what if walang load si LGU?
Okay. So right now they no longer have to do that.
Yes.
Ang task na yung system lang bahala mag-notify sa mga citizens ano yung
Yes.
status ng
Anong
kanilang
status ng kanilang
application.
application.
Magaling,
And to
magaling.
add din dyan, no, sa notification system natin, the LGU can add remarks.
Oh,
For example, let's say, tapos na yung transaction, ready for claim na siya. So, let's
mm.
say, the LGU will add an instruction dun sa remarks na your application is ready for pickup. You may proceed to look for Juan de la Cruz at this window 5
Oh,
tomorrow
talagang
at
maglalagay ka ng instruction,
pwede
no?
kang
Pwede.
maglagay ng specific, super specific instruction para, well, si user mag-follow na lang siya.
Tapos lalabas yun sa text
Mm.
message.
Kasi diba sometimes, even ako, inadmit ko sa sarili ko, example, yung natanggap ko na application, na ready na for pick up yung application ko. Paminsan kasi mag-overthink ako. So, kanino ko i-claim? Saan ako pupunta? Anong oras? Saang office? Di ba?
Yeah, yeah. So you need the details. Oo.
Admittedly, nagke-question ko yung sarili ko ganito, ganyan. So, di ba, kung with the notification system, the LGU can take advantage of it, they can add instructions dun sa remarks, kasama yun siya dun sa notification system. Like, kasama yun siya sa text message. Mm-mm. So, syempre, talagang convenient na yun for both of them, si LGU tsaka si user, si citizen. Diba?
So maganda. Talagang ang laking advantage no yung
Yes.
nadadala nitong notification system.
Mm-mm.
Tapos another thing to quote no yung another features nitong BPLS is that ang pagkaalam ko this can also generate ano no implemented na rin dito yung mga barangay business clearance. This
Yes.
can also print mismo yung mga OR from the system
Yes.
direct na.
Direct
Yung
na.
permit mo, business permit mo, i-generate na lang
Yes.
through the system.
Oh.
Magaling,
So, 'di
magaling.
ba, sa traditional natin, so or manual ba yung pag-encode, or even 'di ba, using typewriters. Meron pa rin gumagamit ng typewriters, and I'm proud of it. Meron pa rin talagang manual na nag-issue sila ng reports. So, yung mga business permit, yung mga templates, yung OR, so ini-issue siya. So, yung system natin is capable of generating those printed permits, 'di ba? So, ganun siya ka-flexible.
At saka talagang ano rin to, no? There's really a difference, no? Sa traditional natin, yung manual na transaction and
Yes.
then and this one, the automated one. Unang-una sa part ng citizens, mas madali.
Yes.
Mag-a-apply na lang sila online, aabangan nila yung status online kung ano ng status ng kanilang application. Kung magbabayad na sila, magbabayad na lang sila online and then hihintayin na lang nila kung pwede nila ma-claim, 'di ba?
Yes.
So sa part naman ng ating LGUs, mas mabilis din yung trabaho nila, 'di ba?
Mas
Parang
mapapadali.
all they have to do is assess the application
Yes.
and then how about the tax computation? Can we elaborate paano matutulungan nitong system yung mga LGUs natin in terms of computation ng mga fees?
So, 'di ba, I believe naman in a traditional way, manual siyang kino-compute dati. And then with our first version ng ang existing version ng ating BPLS na ginagamit ng mga LGUs natin, if maalala nila. So, may certain computation pa rin na, kumbaga, behind the scene doon sa system, mag-i-input tayo ng formulas. 'Di ba? Kailangan pa rin natin i-convert yung mga fees or tax fees natin into formula para doon natin ilagay sa ating current system. Pero with this version 2 or enhanced BPLS version natin, masyadong simplified na yung masyadong simplified na yung pag-input ng tax fees. Not necessarily yung computation ang ilagay mo. Like maglagay ka na lang ng parang certain fees na ano tawag nun?
Yung mga
Value?
rates na lang
Rates na lang.
ilalagay mo.
Oo.
Wow.
Rates na lang ilalagay mo. So,
Alright.
'di ba, mas naging automated siya.
Sige, sige. Oh. That's kind of technical, no? Sorry sa mga non-techie na audience natin. But what we are discussing here is that what we're trying to say is mas mapapadali yung trabaho nila treasurer ngayon, nila BPLO, no? Sa
Oo.
pag-assess ng application.
Mas mapadali yung paglagay nila ng fees and pag-remit later. Kasi si
Okay.
system naman, since may issuance of OR siya, business permit, si system naman capable of generating yung mga reports na kailangan ni Treasury para makapag-remit sila.
Yeah. And then another thing is that ang balita ko flexible din naman ng system natin kahit ano yung based sa kanilang sa local revenue code ng mga LGUs, no, whatever the kung ano yung nakalagay sa local revenue code ng LGUs, flexible ang system to adapt.
Yes, exactly. So, 'di ba, ganun siya kaganda. It really, sa point of view ko, no, it really caters the need of both LGUs and the citizens.
Okay, so mas napadali sa kanila itong yung mga processing, no, through this system. Ayun. So, thank you so much, no, Sir Friends, for giving us the in-depth, no, discussion about the features and capabilities nitong system.
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything you want to add? Sige.
So far, yun naman, nasabi na natin lahat. So, I would also like to remind again, no, yung mga viewers natin dyan, sa mga hindi pa po nakapag-fill up ng attendance, nakapost po siya, nakapin po siya sa ating comment section. So, habang patapos na po kasi yung natin, so we encourage you or humingi po kami ng konting time para mag-fill up po ng attendance. Okay?
And if they have any question, no, we can check it right now. Baka meron silang clarification, something they want us to elaborate more. Please feel free to message po if may mga concerns or questions kayo.
Okay, so while checking tayo sa comment section, I think we can pause for the presentation and panoorin muna natin itong eGov video. So, babalik po tayo after ng eGov video while we are checking the comment section po. Tignan po namin kung ano yung mga question para pwede po namin siyang ma-clear po sa inyo.
The Philippines in one single app. Conveniently access government service online. Avoid long lines, face-to-face, and paper-based transactions. Introducing the eGov PH Super App.
It is the Philippines' first one-stop shop platform for local and national government services that will streamline processes and transactions and bring a total ease of doing business to all Filipinos. E-government priority projects can also be integrated, like job creation, travel, investments, agriculture, and e-commerce. E-government services from both national and local governments can also be featured. The DICT signed Memoranda of Understanding with 26 government agencies. The fast and secure digital process for identity verification without the required physical documents or face-to-face interaction. The verification process is powered by eGov AI with electronic Know Your Customer or eKYC capability. Using the eGov eKYC, a national digital ID can be generated via the Philippine Statistics Authority PhilSys integration. A one-stop shop app feature that allows you to access all national government services, powered by single sign-on. It essentially provides Filipinos with access to an online one-stop shop that offers a variety of LGU services such as applying for clearances, certifications, and permits. In partnership with DOLE, CHED, TESDA, and other agencies, citizens can now build their simple resume to be accessed by local and foreign job providers. In partnership with the DOT and DILG, information on all tourism spots can be aggregated in a single platform. The DICT is working closely with the DFA, DOT, and the Bureau of Immigration to implement the Philippine e-Visa portal for easier entry of tourists into the country. In partnership with the Bureau of Quarantine, Bureau of Immigration, Bureau of Customs, Department of Health, Department of Tourism, and Department of Transportation, multiple outbound and inbound travel declarations and health forms
are unified under the Philippine One-Stop Electronic Travel Declaration System. Your feedback plays a crucial role in enhancing governance and fulfilling the government's mandate. You can now register your SIM card in the eGov.ph Super App. Be updated on the current events and developments in the nation with the Government App News through the Presidential Communications Office. You can now have your digital PhilSys ID and securely and confidently store your government-issued IDs inside the app. In partnership with the LTO, Filipinos may now have a copy of their digital driver's licenses, accessed and securely stored under the Digital Government ID Wallet. What are you waiting for? Download eGov.ph now, available in Play Store and in App Store.
Okay, welcome back po, no? So, we took the time na while nag-play yung video, tinitignan naman yung comment section. So, shout out po sa ating LGUs dyan throughout Region 9 and Farm 1. Maraming salamat po sa pag-attend. We acknowledge po, no, your presence and your effort sa pag-attend. Maraming salamat. So, shout out po sa inyo. Hindi namin kayo maisa-isa, medyo marami-rami po. Talagang maraming salamat sa support niyo po sa amin.
Alright. So, ayan. So, since na-discuss na natin, no, ano yung mga na-elaborate na natin, yung different systems we have inside the ELGU system. Right now, pag-usapan naman natin yung citizen access overview. Okay? So, paano ba ito i-access ng ating mga citizens itong sinasabi nating platforms na binabanggit natin, itong ELGU systems?
So, focus muna tayo sa perspective, di ba, ni citizen.
Yeah.
Para, well, syempre, para makarelate sila. Okay, so, si citizen, well, I'm pretty sure by now na papansin na ng mga tao sa through social media, sa news, sa radyo, diba? So, or any way of promoting itong eGov.ph app. So, si eGov.ph app talagang pinopromote ni DICT kasi, diba, ito yung dinevelop ni DICT as a one-stop shop app, which is dito belong si ELGU. At si ELGU yung kumbaga parang main feature, isa sa mga main feature within the eGov.ph app. So, as long as you have a eGov.ph account, you are verified, ma-access nyo itong feature. Okay? Itong feature na ELGU and the other features itself. Okay?
Okay. So, technically, pwede natin ma-access itong system through the portal ng ELGU and through the eGov.ph app. No? So, ibig sabihin, anywhere at any time, accessible ang system through our mobile devices. And kung wala man tayong mobile devices, pwede naman sigurong pumunta yung citizen sa mismong municipal hall, doon sila magpa-assist sa mga personnel.
Yes, available pa rin naman. Well, with our ELGU system, no, kay LGU, pagdating nito kay LGU, they can assist, no, sa mga not so techy and not available sa kanila yung mga wala silang devices. So, pwede sila mag-assist. Hindi naman wala tayong iiwan, di ba? Wala tayong iiwan. Hindi porket wala kang device, hindi ka techy, hindi ka nakaka-keep up sa digital transformation natin is maiiwan ka na. Hindi ka na makapag-transact. No. Di ba? LGU, they can still assist si citizen kung nahihirapan siya, as pwede lang sila pumunta doon. That's the time lang na pupunta sila doon para magpa-assist, and well, kung may concern sila, hingi sila ng tulong kay LGU.
So maganda ito, as long as you have your device, no? Easy access na lang siya. Now we know where to access this. Ang next natin sigurong i-discuss sa ating mga viewers will be ano yung ating process flow, paano yung processes, and gaano siya kabilis.
Gusto ko i-bring up ulit yung 10 steps kanina. Di ba?
Wait, ilan na lang nakikita ko ngayon? So we have 3.
3 na lang.
From 10 to 3.
3 na lang, di ba? So, kung each transaction has 10 steps from the traditional, well, the way we do things.
Yung sa manual.
Sa manual.
Na
Diba?
process.
Kanina nga sabi ko 5. 3 na lang nga yan. 70% eliminated.
Okay, so ganyan na lang siya
Oo.
kabilis.
So, as long as ako, citizen, i-apply ko, I am a verified eGov user account,
Mm.
i-access ko yung ELGU system, mag-a-apply ako. So, by applying, I mean, magsasubmit ako ng mga documentary requirements like
Through online.
through online.
Okay.
So, i-apply ko, mag-fill up ako ng unified forms, i-upload ko yung mga documentary requirements,
Okay.
'di ba? Then, submit.
Isasubmit mo na
Isasubmit
lang.
ko lang.
Okay.
Hintayin ko na lang yung notification na darating. Then, kapag sinabihan na ako na pwede na magbayad, doon
That's the
papasok.
time magbabayad ka.
Yes, that's the time
Again,
magbabayad
through
ka.
online.
Through online, dyan papasok si EgoPay. As we have mentioned earlier, di ba? So, si EgoPay, so, available na yung mga third-party merchants natin such as GCash, PayMaya, and even bank transfers. So, once I made the payment, hintayin ko na lang to claim. Kasi kapag upon payment, syempre, paprocess pa yan ni Treasury, ipiprint pa yung form or kung ano yung transaction nyo. Let's say for for BPLS, Business Permit Licensing, yung business permit. So once na-prepare na yun siya ni LGU, iti-text na lang kayo, claim nyo na lang.
I-claim mo na lang. Ganun na siya kabilis.
I am so
hindi
proud.
na mahihirapan.
Yes,
yung
I am so
citizen.
proud to highlight na from the 10 steps, kanina sabi ko 5, ngayon 3 na lang.
So talagang nagawa nating i-streamline yung
Yes.
proseso, no? Ganyan na lang
parang
siya.
ang tawag dito, na-condense natin siya, na-shorten natin at mas napadali.
Ito yung literal na tinatawag nilang APC, no? Or apply, pay, and claim.
Yes.
Ganyan na lang. 3 simple steps. Walang
simple
iba.
steps. Wala na.
Rekta. Walang paligoy-ligoy.
Straight to the point.
Okay. Alright. So, ayan. So, maganda. Malaking tulong ito sa ating mga citizens and mga clients. Now, let me discuss naman, no, yung magiging process flow natin para sa LGU access naman, no?
Okay.
Sa side naman ng ating LGUs, kasi sila yung nagpa-process nito, eh.
So,
Let's
ano
be
yung-
fair naman.
Yes.
Kung ginawa nating madali yung buhay ng citizens, dapat padaliin din natin sa ating mga LGUs,
Yes.
no?
So, ano yung nangyayari sa background, di ba?
Oo. So as you can see here, makikita mo dyan, first step is receive and evaluate the application. Pagka-receive mo, i-evaluate mo, that's the first step you have. Okay? Second, syempre pagka-receive mo yon, i-assess naman na lang siya kung magkano yung babayaran.
Yes.
Okay? So after magbayad ni citizen, that's the definition of done. Ibig sabihin tapos ng transaction, i-release mo na lang.
Yes.
I-issue mo na lang. So,
Exactly.
it is as simple as 3 steps lang din para sa side ng LGU. Receive and evaluate, assess and pay, issuance na kaagad. Ganyan din siya kabilis. So, mas mabilis ngayon yung trabaho ng LGUs. So, technically, since ganito rin siya kabilis sa part ni LGU, we can no longer expect yung mahabang pila, 'di ba?
Hindi na, wala
So
na
mabilisan na lang ito, mabilis na lang. At saka it's just a matter of more on click ka na lang dito sa pagpa-process, wala kang isusulat na
Wala na.
manual, wala. Diba?
And, well, di ba, if I may, doon sa elongated lines, talaga ma-eliminate yung yung pagpila kasi through the notification system, yung sa remarks, pwedeng i-manage. Let's say, masyadong mataas yung population ng isang municipality or city. Then, kahit sabihin natin merong pilan pero hindi naman masyadong mahaba, the LGU can manage it.
Manageable na siya.
Manage,
Oo.
like, they can instruct the user or the citizen kung anong oras sila pupunta, saan ka pupunta para mag-claim. Like, they can divide.
Correct. Oo.
Like, they can, personal. Like, they can assign releasing, booth, di ba? Kung throughout the establishment, para lang hindi maging crowded yung isang focus
You
area.
mean to say parang yung kiosk, no? Pwede
Oo.
silang mag-set up ng kiosk
Pwede sila mag-set
sa
ng
mismong
kiosk,
city hall
multiple
or
kiosks, like,
municipal hall.
they can assign one group of 50 owners for the business permit or any transaction na etong si first 50 dito mag-claim sa booth A. Parang ganun. Pwede
Yes,
nilang i-manage.
yes,
Like, they can, pwede nilang i-state doon sa remarks, sa notification, through the notification system na you are, please claim your form sa booth A. Then, yung next batch naman, booth B.
Yep,
Diba?
yep.
They can manage.
They can strategize.
They
it,
can
no? Para
strategize.
mas mapadali pa talaga.
Yes. Diba? Maganda siya. Ngayon ko lang naisip yun.
So, yan, no? So, as you can see, patas tayo, no?
Yes.
Kung mabilis lang yung procedure sa part ng citizen, mabilis din sa part ng mga LGUs. So, win-win situation tayo
Win-win.
dito. Walang nahihirapan sa proseso, walang natatagalan, walang
Dehado.
na-overwork
Walang,
or whatsoever. 'Di ba? So, talagang naging streamline ang processing natin. Ayan. So, that's really good, no? Okay. So, ayan. Pag-usapan naman natin ngayon, paano yung magiging onboarding process. If, for example, our LGUs are interested, gusto nilang mag-implement nitong system, how can we apply or how can we acquire these systems para i-implement namin sa aming mga LGUs? Paano yung ating onboarding process?
Okay. So we have a series of onboarding process. Naka-flash po dyan sa screen. So our first step is submit documentary requirements, which is first is interested LGUs, pwede nilang i-submit yung kanilang letter of intent and or SB resolution. Diba? For every ano naman kasi ganitong klaseng sistema, meron naman yang gagawin or meron ng existing na SB resolution, need lang nila i-send yun sa atin. So, gagawa sila, magka-craft sila ng letter of intent nila, ano yung intention nila. So, pwede nila i-state doon sa kanilang letter of intent na this LGU San Juan gusto naming i-avail itong the whole itself, the entirety of the ELGU system and its available services. So, pwede nila i-state yun doon sa letter of intent nila. Kung ready na, pwede lang nila i-submit sa atin as kahit sa email lang. Pwede nila i-submit sa email and kung malapit lang sila and if they prefer physical copy, pwede din nila ipadala. Later on, magbibigay kami ng mga available email address, contact persons. So, pwede nyo po silang i-take note para kung interested po yung mga LGUs natin dyan, mga viewers natin na nanonood, pwede nilang i-email lang doon.
Okay. So, for initial engagement, all they have to do is just send us their intent.
Yes.
Yan na. Okay. Magpapadala lang sila ng intent sa atin. Okay, go ahead, Sir Francis.
So, next is after ma-send yung letter of intent, so magkakaroon tayo ng initial coordination meeting. So, mag-engage na tayo kay LGU, gagawa tayo ng parang group kung saan yun yung magiging main line of communication natin to keep them to give them further instructions, to guide them kung ano pa yung kailangan nila, to answer kung ano yung mga gusto nilang malaman, may mga gusto pa silang i-clarify, di ba? LGU participates in the initial meeting and then tayo naman as from the DICT, so ipipresent namin yung the entirety of ELGU, so and yung mga onboarding process kasi kung may further question pa sila sa mga documentary requirements, if need nila ng guide kung paano i-craft, for example, yung letter of intent, need nila ng syempre, need nila ng template. We have available templates. We can disseminate later. Like, pwede nyo kami contact later on, hingi kayo ng template, pwede naman ibigay. Then, next is magkakandak ng Digital E-Readiness Survey. Ano itong E-Readiness Survey? So, LGU must accomplish this Digital E-Readiness Survey. Itong E-Readiness Survey, no, dito natin malalaman or mag-gauge yung capacity ni LGU.
If capable sila to handle this system.
Yes, kasi, well,
Okay.
hindi naman namin ipagkakait na a system will always have its system requirements.
Yes. Exactly.
So, through the Digital Readiness Survey, mag-fill up ng certain form or numerous form, kailangan mag-provide ni LGU ng data. In general na lang, para magkaroon lang sila idea, kailangan nila mag-provide ng data sa manpower capacity nila, sa kung anong mga devices or units available doon sa kanilang office, yung internet. Ito, importante din to, no, yung internet bandwidth nila, anong service ano yung internet service provider nila, gaano kabilis. Yung mga ganito, doon natin siya malalaman sa Digital E-Readiness Form.
So technically, we just want to know, no, if the LGU has really what it takes, no, to handle the system para ma-ensure yung smooth na processing.
Yes. Kasi naman 'di ba, well, hindi naman ibibigay na like i-offer or i-turn over naman or i-onboard natin sila sa ELGU system. Pero as much as we want din, no, ayaw din namin yung like gagamitin niyo yung system tapos ano yung term? Bottleneck? Yung parang hindi kaya, parang nahirapan yung let's say mga devices nila, yung speed nila, internet speed nila para i-run si system. So magka-cause pa rin yun ng inconvenience to
So,
both of,
hindi nila ma-utilize
Oh,
just
hindi nila
because they
ma-utilize.
lack
Yun
of
yung term.
resources.
Yes.
Oo.
Then, kung ano man yung, sa side din natin, no, pag natanggap natin yung digital e-readiness survey, tayo sa DSCT, i-assess natin sila. Meron tayong scoring matrix na fina-follow. So, lahat ng data na input nila, i-rate natin yun siya, i-input natin dun sa scoring matrix, and whatever is the reason, will help also the LGU to, improve their resources, yung mga improvements kung saan nila need, di ba? Mag-improve, and then kung okay na sila, then we can proceed.
Kumbaga, we can just send back recommendations,
Oo.
no?
Like with the original survey, we can send recommendations kung ano yung pwede nilang gawin. Kasi
Okay.
yun nga, di ba, sa survey, makikita natin, may scoring matrix tayo, makikita natin kung halimbawa, kung halimbawa nag-fail yung isang LGU kasi may part na, let's say, nahirapan sila, kulang yung devices nila, yung units nila, or mahina yung speed, then we can send them a recommendation na need nila improve. Okay? Next is yung signed MOU or Memorandum of Understanding. So si LGU will submit a signed MOU sa atin sa DICT. For the MOU, no, Memorandum of Understanding, meron tayong guidelines.
Yep.
Kapag andito na tayo sa step 4 sa signing of Memorandum of Understanding, magsasend tayo ng guidelines sa kanila kasi it's a highly confidential document, di ba?
Mm-hmm.
So, doon sa guideline, andoon yung, kung ano yung paano sila mag-fill up. May template din tayo, of course. Together with the guidelines, magsasend kami ng template along with instruction. Doon sa guidelines, andoon yung anong kailangan nilang i-fill up, ano yung pwede nilang i-fill up sa mga blanks sa template natin. At the same time, sa last part ng guideline, andoon yung instruction on what to do after accomplishing the Memorandum of Understanding.
Okay, thank you, Sir Franz. And then, just so they
Yes, sir.
know, no, na part yun siya ng requirement, itong signing of Memorandum of Understanding. Okay. So, next, ayan, what's our fifth step?
So, our fifth step now is deployment activities. So, once kompleto na tayo dun sa mga documentary requirements, next step is yung mga series of trainings, activities na. So, the fifth step is LGU will participate in the conduct of admin training and system setup, wherein tayo sa DICT ang magte-take charge, magse-set ng training. Ite-train natin sila, 'di ba? Upon kasi availing the ELGU system. So parang 'di ba blanco yan siya.
Mm-hmm.
Yung tinatawag nating instance or yung link. So blanco yan siya, need natin i-populate. So with this admin training and system setup, we will guide them, teach them, and help them para i-set up. Gawing ready yung kanilang instance bago sila maging live.
Yeah, okay. So you were saying, no, lahat ng magiging system user nila sa LGU, tuturuan natin sila paano gamitin yung system, paano yung processing. At the same time, we will guide them sa pag-build up ng kanilang setup.
Yes.
Whatever their system setup based on their policies, based on their regulations, on their local revenue codes, i-assist natin sila sa pag-set up nitong lahat.
Yes.
Okay.
To elaborate further lang din, no, itong admin's training and system setup, 'di ba? Let's say yung available services natin is e-Cedula, e-News, e-LCR, and BPLS. I'm sure naman na LGU has designated employees or staffs to kung sino yung nag-handle ng transaction. So lahat yun sila, i-invite natin. Sila yung mga target trainees natin. Sila yung iti-train natin kasi syempre sila naman kasing gumagamit sila ng process. Iti-train natin sila, 'di ba? Ito na yung admin training and system setup.
Okay, and then we can proceed to the next. After natin mag-training, magti-testing tayo.
Yes.
Okay.
So ito na yung sixth step natin, no, user acceptance testing or yung tinatawag nating UAT for short. So magka-conduct tayo ng UAT. So once na set up na natin, nalatag na natin yung system, ite-test natin siya. Anong term dito? Yung stress test. I-stress test natin yung system. So LGU magpa-participate yung lahat ng mga key users natin, yung trainee na natin, magpa-participate sila in the UAT, and kapag halimbawa successful or tapos na yung UAT, they will sign in acceptance form.
Rest assured, everything is working well before we turn over to them the system. It means ready na siya
Kasi
gamitin.
yun yung goal natin dito sa UAT. Before natin ma-turn over 100% sa kanilang system, before sila mag-go live, i-stress test natin. Lahat ng functions or lahat ng transactions sa system, gagawin natin gagawa, like, alam mo yun, sa point natin, gagawa tayo, hahanapan natin ng error ang system. Then kapag wala na, smooth na talaga yung transaction, like from step 1 to step 3. So, that's the time, makomplete na natin yung UAT.
Okay, next is the ELGU users training.
Yes. For our 7th step naman, no, LGU will participate in the users training. So, LGU accomplishes the pre and post assessment. Then, mag-i-issue
So,
tayo sa
kumbaga,
kanila.
ito na yung ating final dry run. Tapos
Final
na nating na-testing, alam nating everything is working fine, wala nang errors, wala nang bugs yung system or glitches. So, it means ito yung final dry run natin before we open the system into the public.
At the same time, dito na papasok yung ito-turnover na natin sa kanila yung system.
Okay, okay. Nice, okay.
So, well, with that, no, since ito na yung final training, mag-issue tayo sa kanila ng training certificate.
Yeah, kasi of course, dapat certified yung mga gagamit ng
Yes.
training.
By issuing a certificate, sabi mo nga, this is one way of telling them that they are certified. Click. Okay. Then, lastly, is mag-go live na. Ila-launch na natin siya. Like, we will open the link or the instance sa public.
So, ibig sabihin, pwede nang gamitin ng citizens.
Pwede na.
Okay. So, ayan, no? So, to sum it out, parang mabilis lang din, no? Yung ating onboarding process. Siguro, it will take just a few months, depending how it goes.
Yes. I'm pretty sure, no, yung mga LGUs natin dyan are going to ask, ano yung timeline? Gaano katagal itong whole process from step 1 to step 8? Well, hindi kami makakapagbigay ng timeline. Like,
It
wala
really
siyang...
depends on how fast we engage with each other, how fast we comply with the requirements, no?
Yes. Yun nga, gaya ng sabi ni Sir Shed, kaya kami hindi makapagbigay ng specific timeline or duration kasi nakadepende yung flow ng onboarding process natin sa responsiveness, di ba? Sa pag-comply ng mga documentary requirements. Okay? And if may mga further complications naman na mangyayari along the way, well, isa din yung sa mga kailangan nating factor.
But rest assured, no, we assure them na lahat na nagsasubmit ng intent, we all cater them.
We cater, like wala kaming iniwan. We do not exclude, like hindi kami magdi-deny, 'di ba? Like hindi namin kayo sasabihan na hindi namin kayo i-onboard or bibigyan ng ELGU system. Okay? Walang ganun. Lahat ng magsasubmit, lahat ng may gusto, pwede.
Okay, exactly. So that's what we want to tell them. Now next, pag-usapan naman natin, no, kasi sure ako, ito yung next question. What are the documentary requirements?
Okay, so to summarize the documentary requirements, number 1 is yung sa step 1 natin, is yung letter of intent. Okay? So letter of intent. Dito natin malalaman kung ano yung gusto ni LGU kung ano yung gusto ni LGU sa ating ELGU system. 'Di ba? Kasi
Dito natin malalaman na interesado sila.
Oo.
No, they want to
And
avail
kung
the
ano
system.
yung mga modules or mga like LCR, ECEDULA, yung gusto nilang i-avail. Kasi they can specify, 'di ba? Flexible nga siya and customizable.
And let's just mention para lang walang confusion, this is all for free.
Yes.
This is all for free.
Walang payment. We do not charge. Wala kaming charge ng payment. We all provide this for you free.
Okay, kasi hindi nabanggit ko lang yun kasi technically if you would opt with system providers outside, napakamahal ng ganitong klaseng system. Honestly. Kaya ito, sinasabi na natin, since this is a government service from the DICT, this is all for free para sa ating mga LGUs.
Yes, exactly. So, another documentary requirement is yung SB resolution or yung sangguniang bayang resolution. So, for every transaction or ganitong klaseng engagement, meron talaga siyang SB resolution. So, kung meron ng existing, hingi lang tayo ng copy kapag merong or kapag wala naman na mag-a-align dito sa ALGU, maggagawa sila ng bago. Okay? So, lastly, ito yung Memorandum of Understanding. If mapapansin nyo po, naka-note dyan sa baba, 14 original copies. Bakit siya 14 original copies? Kasi divided into 2 yan siya. Like, 7 copies is addressed to Yusek Dave Almirol.
Kala ko Yusek Shed. Okay, go ahead.
So, Memorandum of Understanding is first 7 copies is addressed to Yusek Almirol. Then, the next 7 copies is addressed to Yusek Aguda.
Okay.
So, original copies, 'di ba? Kasi well, it's a highly confidential document, memorandum of understanding siya, kaya original.
So 7 tapos 2 copies each. Kaya
Yes.
naging 14.
Kaya
Okay.
naging 14
Okay.
siya. So, okay. So,
Anyway,
yun,
magbibigay naman tayo ng guidelines.
list.
Oh,
Lahat
list.
ito siya stated in the guideline, and yun, may instruction naman kasi doon na kung anong next gagawin nila.
Okay. Now, before we proceed, basahin lang natin sa comment section. Earlier, someone is asking about the automation daw ng surcharge. Okay. So, yung automation daw ng surcharge from our viewers, paano ba ito, sir, no? Just like what we mentioned kanina, automated na yung ating mga computation. So, lahat ito, yung surcharge computation, yung collection of fees, everything is automated na po. Parang technically, ang gagawin lang dito, after ni BPLO i-assess yung application, automatic na yung system magko-compute ng lahat ng fees. Parang ang magiging task na lang ng treasurer natin dito is titingnan niya na lang kung tama. Kung
Yes.
walang discrepancies, walang incorrect sa payment charges and all, si system na lahat yung magko-compute nito, including the surcharge and interest.
Yes. Like, ano lang din, no, kahit naka-systemize na tayo, of course, sa ganitong technical process, we highly encourage pa rin yung mga ganitong process like sa fees, especially sa fees, double, triple check pa rin talaga.
Mm.
Kasi, well, hindi naman sa sinasabi kong may error yung system, kasi what if hindi nagtugma, well, we can still correct it naman. Diba? Flexible si system.
Yeah.
Kung may hindi tama, like example, dahil may additional fee, may fee na hindi na charge na dapat i-charge sa kanya, we can correct it. And
Yeah.
real time naman talaga yung update. So, walang delay yun. Hindi siya
Yeah.
magkakos ng delay.
And parang what we're trying to say here is that automated na siya lahat, click lang sila ng click. All they have to do is just verify the data, proceed to the next step, verify if it's correct, proceed to the next step.
Yes.
Ganun lang siya kabilis.
Ganun lang kadali. And as mentioned earlier, di ba, mas mapapadali yung pag-setup ng computation fees. Kasi yung rate ba? Tama ba? Yung rate na lang ang ilalagay mo doon, hindi na yung mismong computation or yung formula ng ganitong certain fees.
Yes, exactly.
Oo.
Alright. Is there anything you want to add pa, Sir Franz? Baka meron pa tayong nakaligtaang i-discuss or
Yeah.
we have covered everything already?
Yes, in relation to our discussion about the ELGU system, we would like to highlight or emphasize na ito siya is available to LGUs.
Mm.
Like 2 LGUs across Region 9 and BARM 1. So, applicable siya sa kanila. Like, what if, Sir Shed, a fellow government agency ang gusto mag-avail?
The scope really of the ELGU system currently is for the LGU level.
Di ba?
Oo.
LGU level lang siya. So, yun nga, I was trying to say, thank you sa pag-elaborate. I was trying to say na LGU level lang siya. So available siya sa lahat ng mga LGU natin na, so, at the same time, no, like, kung meron tayong, well, ang nakakausap natin ngayon is yung mga viewers natin dyan online, yung mga nakapag-attend. So, what if may hindi nakapag-attend? Well, we also reach out to them. Di ba?
Yeah.
Like, well, as I have said, wala tayong iniiwan. Even after mag-end itong live natin, we do not stop here. We still try to reach out to various LGUs na gustong mag-avail.
Mm.
And we provide them with what we have discussed. Lahat ng ganito, i-present namin sa kanila, yung documentary requirements, di ba? I-present pa rin natin sa kanila.
And ang gusto talaga nating iparating dito is we really want to bring this digitalization sa ating munisipyo ng ating region, no? Kasi, well, technically, no, Region 9, the Zamboanga Peninsula, at saka
Yes.
yung Basulta, tayo na yung pinaka-south na
South
region, diba?
far, yes.
Oo, tayo na yung kumbaga yung nasa dulo ng Pilipinas, including yung Tawi-Tawi, no? So, but it doesn't mean, no, kahit nandito tayo sa dulo ng Mindanao or ng Pilipinas, na mali-left behind na tayo in
Yes.
terms of in terms of digitalization. That's why the DICT po, with the continuous effort, gusto namin tong iparating sa inyo. We want to offer you the system for free. We want to help or assist each LGU, lalong-lalo na itong ano rin kasi is the EBOS, the automation ng mga transactions. Isa rin ito sa mga um, ina-upgrade kumbaga ni ARTA and DILG eh. They want
Yes,
to
oo.
make it automated. And here's the DICT now, we are offering a hand, no? Kung
Yes.
kailangan nyo ng tool, ng system, ng platform that will help you automate your manual processes, convert it into automated or streamlined process. Nandito po yung DICT para magbigay ng itong platforms na ino-offer namin.
Yes, exactly. Tama ka dyan, Sir Shed, no? So, di ba, we in partner with the LG and ARTA, talagang, we are reaching out. We are trying to put out a helping hand sa kanila, sa mga LGUs, para matulungan natin sila. Di ba, it's not just helping ourselves. Are we helping ourselves? No. We are trying to, well, yung LGUs talaga, tinutulungan natin dito.
Alright, sige. I'm just looking at the
Comment section.
comment section.
And
Ano
we have
meron
a
tayo
question.
dito? So we have question here from Ma'am Dina Moyani. Possible po ba in the future ma-integrate ang Cedula at FSIF sa TOP? I know what is Cedula pero I'm not familiar lang, Sir Franz, with the FSIF. Ano kaya ito?
If TAM ang hinala ko, Fire Safety Inspection Fee.
Okay. As for the
Oo.
fire safety inspection, I think tinatawag na FSIC or FSEC.
Oh, mas familiar
Yung-
kami, sorry. Mas familiar kami sa FSIC eh. Pero
Oo.
I think tama naman siguro
Oo.
yung nahulaan nating tanong.
Kasi that was the fire safety inspection certificate na.
Oo.
Alright,
So,
okay. So, ganito po yan, no? As of right now, okay, nandyan pa rin po yung MOA, the existing MOA, about the integration ng collection ng FSIC to our BPLS system, no? So, part pa rin siya. And we are waiting as per DILG. Magkakaroon ata ito ng updated guidelines ba? Okay? But habang wala pa yon, since existing pa rin ng MOA, so we follow what is the existing regulation right now,
yes.
which is the FSIC is integrated sa BPLS, no? So that's as is, no? But I think in the near future, parang there's a plan na since BFP has their own system already, yung FSIS.
FSIS,
Oo.
yes.
So parang sila na ata yung mangongolekta niyan ng fire safety inspection fee. That will soon be out of the BPLS or the business permit and licensing system. But again, since naghihintay tayo no kung ano yung updated guidelines natin on this. So as is tayo ngayon, may power pa rin yung MOA na naka-integrate pa rin sa BPLS yung FSIS. Pero let's just look forward ano yung magiging guidelines nito later on. Okay? Now, for the TOP, ito yung tax order of payment.
Tax order of payment.
Okay. So, ayan po, no? So, sana nasagot natin yung tanong ni Miss Dina Moyani.
Okay. So, we highly encourage no kung since malapit na tayo matapos, may mga katanungan pa kayo, so feel free to ask po. And if in case naman po no sa mga respective LGUs natin dyan, kung may mga further questions kayo or concerns na gusto nyong itanong, well, pwede nyong i-reach out sa amin ni Franz and ni Shed and even to our colleague no kay Weds.
Okay, how are they going to reach us? So, popost po natin dito. If we could flash it sa screen, ito po yung ating official help desk, no? Sa mga regions po. If you are from the different provinces, no? Sa Zamboanga del Sur, Zamboanga Sibugay, Zamboanga del Norte, Basilan, Sulu, and Tawi-Tawi, meron po tayong mga official contact persons and offices doon.
So, since naka-flash siya dyan, so you might want to take this opportunity para mag-take ng screenshot. Or, well, you can still go back naman after this live. nasa page
Yep.
pa rin natin
Yep.
siya.
So,
Skip nyo lang sa last
So
part
they
para
can just
makita.
they can just reach us through our mobile numbers and email address, official email
Yes.
address. Okay.
So, for the technical team naman, kami yun. Ako, si Shed, and yung kasama po namin si Sir Weds. So, kami po yung nasa technical team. You may reach out din sa amin. So, ito po yung aming contact information or contact details. So, feel free po to take a screenshot para you can reach out po sa amin anytime.
Alright, so meron pa ba tayong hindi nasasagot dito sa chat section? As per Sir Von Ryan, shout out dyan sa inyo sir, no? So, ang laki daw ng scope ng system, but looking forward for the ELGU.
Yes.
Okay, bigyan na natin sila ng ng teaser, no? The ELGU is currently ongoing pa talaga yung development dyan, no? So, kung ano yung meron tayo right now, the BPLS, LCR, E-Cedula, E-News, possible in the future madagdagan pa po yan, no? We cannot make promises kung hindi pa namin madidisclose muna ngayon, kung ano pa yung other system na nasa platform, but ongoing po yung development natin. Kumbaga, inuna lang natin right now kung ano yung mga essential na
Kung baga ano yung in demand talaga
yes,
na transaction.
na transaction.
Well, I'm not
on the
saying
LGU
naman,
level.
I'm not saying naman na hindi in demand yung iba, pero alam mo yun, yung parang, kumbaga ano yung malaki ang scope. Kagaya
Yep,
nung business
exactly.
permit licensing system. Kasi, it's not just a small system. Malaki siya, di ba? There are hundreds or even thousands of business owners na nagre-renew, which is why, ito yung parang medyo nasa spotlight sa ngayon. Si business permit licensing system.
Alright. How about sa chat? Can we check kung meron tayong hindi pa nare-replyan? Maliban sa nagko-comment dito, meron ba sa chat?
So, again, no, we really appreciate po yung mga nakapag-attend, sa mga viewers natin dyan, sa mga LGUs natin na nagbigay ng time para mag-attend. Maraming salamat po sa pagbigay ng time to attend our podcast and for your support po sa amin.
So again, no, maraming salamat po sa lahat ng mga nanood, sumubaybay, no, lalong-lalo na from our partner LGUs. Maraming salamat po.
So, yes, I think we started 3 p.m. Natapos tayo ng almost 5 na din.
Pasensya sa po, no, sa medyo mahaba-habang discussion.
Mahaba-habang
Kasi
discussion.
as much as possible, we want to elaborate this po sa inyo, no, para klaro
Siyempre,
sa
to give
lahat.
you
no?
all the details, kung may mga katanungan kayo, ma-eliminate niyo yung para kumbaga we hand it out to you with all the details that you need to know. Diba?
Maraming salamat po for your time sa pakikinig. Kahit mahaba-haba yung naging discussion natin. We wish you all have a great week ahead. Salamat po.
So maraming salamat at dito po kami nagtatapos. So, Shed and Franz, out. Out of. Thank you. Have a nice day po.